lift. One should understand the background of how, why it was conceived. One should understand the importance of that project. See, today, if you were to look at the FRL of Srisailam, it's 885 feet. And if you were to look at where Pothiredipadu, that is Pothiredipadu head regulator, which is the lifeline for Rayalaseema, this level is at 881. So only when you have a water level at 881, you would have the design discharge of 44,000 cusecs flowing through the Pothiredipadu head regulator, which in turn, this water, when it flows through Pothiredipadu head regulator, would suffice the needs of Rayalaseema and Nellore districts. The entire Rayalaseema and Nellore district are dependent on the Pothiredipadu head regulator, which gets operational only at 881 meters when the water reaches 881 feet. Whereas 885 feet is the FRL of Srisailam reservoir. Now this is the background. And now if you were to see the plight of affairs the state is reeling under, if you were to check the last 20 years record, maybe for 3-4 years at best, you would have a situation where the water is flown through Pothiredipadu and the allocated quota of water reached the downstream riparian districts. Out of 20 years, only 3-4 years at best. This is the situation. While the situation continues to be like this, where the flood days every year are being reduced. Today you have only 20-30 days of flood at best per annum. While this situation continues to exist, on the other hand, you have in Telangana lifts which are operating at 800 feet. You have Kalvakurti expanded, Kalvakurti, which is a 20 TMC, 25 TMC capacity plant, where without approvals they have expanded to 45 TMC. You have SLBC at 825 feet, which is another 40 TMC capacity. You have Palamur Rangareddy Dindi, which is a lift capacity of 2 TMC per day. Every day it has the capacity to draw 2 TMC of water per day, which also operates at 800 feet. Then you have, before the water reaches Srisailam, from Jurala itself, you have Bhima, Netampadu, Koil Sagar lifts, which is approximately 1 TMC capacity, which even before the water reaches Srisailam, from Jurala itself, the water is diverted. While all these exist as lifts, you also have a situation where indiscriminately there is a powerhouse on the left bank, which is in Telangana side, where 4 TMC of water per day is discharged out of Srisailam at a level of 777 feet itself. So you have almost 8 TMC of water which is being discharged out of Srisailam at a level of 777 to 825 feet itself. 8 TMC of water is discharged out of Srisailam. Be it through these lifts, what would be coming into operational as the works are going on, or be it through this powerhouse operations, which is blatantly abused. Now, if this were to be the case, 8 TMC of water, if 8 TMC of water were to be drawn out of Srisailam every day, then you tell me, when will the water reach 881 feet? On how many days you would have a situation wherein Pothredipadu head regulator would be in operation? And what is the plight of the riparian districts underneath Pothredipadu, which would be operational only when you have water beyond 881 feet available? So this is the situation. And in this situation, to correct the odds, what we are doing is, Rayalaseema lift is conceived at 800 feet, wherein which has a capacity to draw out 3 TMC of water per day. This is not a new project. The waters drawn out of Rayalaseema lift, the 3 TMC capacity, which would be functional at 800 feet, is only going to supplement the requirements of Pothredipadu. The water is going to be drawn out and poured into the Pothredipadu canal itself. And the water is going to go through the existing canal network itself. And the water is going to reach the existing dams itself. No fresh dams are conceived. The water is going to flow only through the existing canals, reach the existing reservoirs which have already been in existence for decades. So this is not a new project. So one should not, make an issue of this where there is no issue. It is being conceived, it is being done as an insurance. If this insurance were not to be in existence, then this indiscriminate use of powerhouse will never cease to exist. It's a capacity which is made available as an insurance. And this is very much required considering the situation. Whereas Chandrababu Naidu, who has least compassion for farmers or least compassion for Rayalaseema area, is making a mockery of this. In fact, the Chief Minister of Telangana, there is a Congress Chief Minister. Unfortunately, look at the contradiction here. Telangana Chief Minister, who is a Congress Chief Minister, makes a statement in the Assembly saying that because of his good equation with Chandrababu Naidu, and upon his request, Chandrababu Naidu conceded and gave away Rayalaseema lift project, considering the relationship between the two of them, is what an open statement a Congress Chief Minister makes in the well of the House, in the Assembly. And Chandrababu Naidu and his irrigation minister here ratify the statement rather than disputing the statement, rather than showing Revanth Reddy in bad light and saying, Revanth Reddy, whatever you're saying is false and wrong, rather than saying that, Chandrababu Naidu and his ministers say, Rayalaseema irrigation project is waste. What nonsense is this? When this is the significance of this project, when this is the importance of this project, and everybody within the state of Andhra Pradesh is fully aware of the significance of the state, of this project, this man is so irresponsible and considers his relationship with Revanth Reddy more important than the interests of the farmers within the state of Andhra Pradesh. In fact, if this project were to be operational, this would be an insurance for the waters to Rayalaseema. And if Rayalaseema gets the allocated sufficient water, then the dependence on Godavari waters which are coming into Krishna need not be taken to Rayalaseema. They can be used to stabilize the Krishna Delta here itself. So this is a project which is very important for the state, not only Rayalaseema alone.